Well, good day YouTubers, and yes, it's finally time to fire up Aslan and don the uniform. And that of course can mean only one thing. Aslan and I are back. So long, Hesford Marine. A good place to buy diesel, incidentally. The weather today is promising to be very bright, if possibly slightly cold. My word, I'm cruising again. Almost 3 years in May. I'm going to take a moment just to gather my thoughts.
Oh, I'm CountryHouseGent, and I gone bought myself a little boat. Oh, I'm CountryHouseGent, and I gone bought myself a narrowboat. Sold everything I ever owned and swapped it all for a life afloat. That's right.
This is very much like when I bought Aslan. I know that probably sounds a bit corny, but on that day, not when I first started, because I was just too pumped to think about much, but later on I really did think to myself, my God, have I made the right choice? And that night I had a good old man sob. And this morning when I woke up, I thought, oh no, I've got to get the boat going, which seemed like a monumental task, even though in reality it was dead easy. And I've got to travel along, and I've got to film. What if I can't think of anything to say? What if I can't see things to film? But no, as soon as the engine starts and I've got the tiller on and I untie the ropes, it just all falls to hand. And I'd forgotten all that. About 11 miles today to a mooring on the Trent and Mersey Canal, a few hundred yards past Preston Brook Tunnel. That there is Hesford Marina, where I've been lifted in and where I spent the night. And then we travel along, no locks, through Lymm, past Grapenhall, Stockton Heath, Lower Walton, and eventually we arrive at Preston Brook. That tunnel's one way, quite a long tunnel with about 3 changes of direction, quickly followed by one of the shallowest locks in the country, about a 4-inch fall. And then, as I say, probably about 500 yards after is where I'll be mooring up, assuming there's space, of course. didn't know Los Angeles had canals. Yeah, this is just like old days. This all feels completely natural and just normal. It's as though I haven't been away. It's good to be back. Coming up on the outskirts of Lymm, and if it's the place I'm thinking of, I might just run down into the town. Well, not run. And I remember that there's a Sainsbury's local there, and I'll get a pint of milk and possibly a coffee from somewhere. A load of lads, school kids. Shouldn't they be in school by now? Maybe they're all on a group Skype, I don't know. But they just asked me to honk the horn. So I gave them a blast of the klaxon. They were all cheering. Yay! That's what it's all about. Spread a bit of joy. Oh, I can feel the canal kind of, influence. The old canal time. I mean, look at this. I can walk slowly quicker than this. Do I care? Not on your Nelly. Yep, this is the place. Right, I'm going to tie up and I'm just going to whip into the town just to get a pint of milk and a coffee, possibly. She'll be quite okay by here, just donking away, charging up my batteries with a lovely alternator. Hasn't changed at all since I last came here. When was that? 2017? One Sainsbury's local. Nice. Well, all I need now is something like a baker's and a sausage roll or something. I could hear Aslan's dump, dump, dump from down the slope there. How you doing, my dear? Definitely so much quieter.
And it was the alternator all along. Horrible sort of going on. It wouldn't be Travels by Narrowboat without a snaky pygmy pie. This is fabulous. Too fabulous.
Next stop, the very small lock, just on the other side of the Preston Brook Tunnel, around about 9 to 10 miles away. If I seem a little sort of subdued today, or even sad, I'm not. I'm just basically completely drawn in and overwhelmed by the whole thing. So I'm just enjoying the scenery and the chug of the engine and the less than pedestrian pace. One of the other little jobs I've been doing is polishing the brass inside and out. All that remains are my 2 mushrooms. Oh, and the brass rings around the exhaust. I can hear the M6 motorway just behind those trees, so we'll be passing under that fairly soon. And talk with the devil. I've been along the Bridgewater twice before. The first time in season 3, and the second time when I made my way back north from Crit to go onto the Lancaster Canal. Though I've never done it in this direction. It wouldn't be Travels by Narrowboat without a bit of graffiti, would it? We've now left Lymm well and truly behind, and about another mile and then we start reaching the outskirts of Grapenhall. I've been asked by a few viewers why I got lifted in near Lymm, about 10 miles away from the end of the Bridgewater, instead of further north. And the simple, honest, frank answer is, I wish to avoid certain areas. And that's all I have to say about that. Well, that was exciting. I just turning my microphone round because I have to have the microphone facing backwards when I'm filming forwards, otherwise the exhaust would overpower anything else. And then when I'm talking to the camera, I have to turn the microphone forward. And after I'd just spoken to you just then, I dropped the microphone. It was hanging by the cord and I went to grab it and it fell and hit the floor in the boat. And it's broken a little plastic flap which pushes the battery against the terminals. So this is when good old British ingenuity is called for. Basically a rolled up bit of cardboard stuffed in there and we're back in business. That was a bit disconcerting. And as I've discovered before on the canals, when you need something urgently, especially something as obscure as a microphone, it's an endeavour, an adventure. Well, this is Grapenhall, or the very edge of it, and quite nice it is too. Well, that stoplight's not for me. Ooh, heck. Yeah, I think spring's come early. Yeah, I bet your moving won't be as easy as this. Yep, the sign says Stockton Heath, for that is what the place is called, and signifies about 6 miles to Preston Brook Tunnel. Quite a nice place. That sun is actually becoming warm. First time this year, I think. I am wearing full thermals and an insulated shirt. Eh? Have I been blessed on this first journey or what? Of course, when I go through Preston Brook Tunnel, it's going to give me the opportunity to try out my new LED bulb in the tunnel light. Gripping stuff, eh? Well, that there is a guy who, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'll have a look and I'll put it on the screen. He plies his trade selling gas and coal and all manner of things, logs and so on. If you're on the Bridgewater and you need various sundries, he's your guy. Place I remember well from season 3, Thorn Marine. I don't need anything this time, but good to see, still going. And of course they do boat hire as well. It truly is a magnificent day to be out on the canals. The State of the Union? Muddy. Well, just a little bit then about what my plans are, where I'm going to be heading and so on. It was remarked upon on my first time round that I seemed to be in a bit of a race. It's like I was rushing forward, like I was heading somewhere, which I wasn't. And looking back on it, yeah, I just seemed to be, every day was just like forward, forward, forward. I don't know what I was looking for. I wasn't heading for anything. I was just travelling. I just seemed to be on this mission to just keep going. But this time round, I want to be more in the canal kind of environment that I'm in at the time. You know, so less just long travelling, more just enjoying each area that I'm in, with no particular rush to get anywhere. I mean, I am today because I want to get to the other side of Preston Brook Tunnel and onto the Trent and Mersey, which is Canal and River Trust property stewardship. I'm also asked what canals am I going to be going on, and I want to do a load more that I've never done before, but there are some canals which I can't, well, Aslan can't physically do because she's quite deep in the water. So I can't do the Huddersfield Broad and Narrow or Standish Tunnel, which is on the Huddersfield Narrow, is it? I'm not sure, because that's quite low and also quite shallow. So Aslan can't physically make it along there. I'm not going to do the Rochdale because It has a terrible reputation. I just don't want to take the risk. It's just not worth the risk, you know, to do it. I'm going to do the Kennet and Avon. I don't fancy London. I went there once for a weekend doing street photography, and that was quite enough for me. Plus it's very difficult to moor up anywhere within the boundary of London. I will be doing the South Oxford to get onto the Kennet and Avon, and that takes in part of the Thames, I believe. I like the Upper Thames. I do various rivers. I want to do the River Severn. I might even, just for sentimental value, do the Llangollen again. I said I never would, but you know, give it another go, because Llangollen was very nice. I did like Llangollen, so I'll probably do that again. And of course there's all the minor canals, you know, Ashby. Birmingham, possibly. I mean, mixed reports on Birmingham, but we'll see how it goes, eh? Getting back into continuous cruising, I had expected that I would have some kind of feeling of like loss, like I'd left something behind, you know, leaving the marina and my life there. But no, it's like saying hello to a good, best old friend. And I'm loving it.